Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arvindaya. Om Anandamayi. Om Chaitanyamayi. Om Satyamayi. Om Parame. O my beloved Lord, let us be thine integrally. Let Lord's divine peace be with us. O Lord, with full faith, love and surrender, we are ready for thy victory. O peace, peace, peace. Peace to the mind, peace to the vital, peace to the physical, peace to the emotions, peace to the world, peace to India, peace for all the beings of the world. February 28, 1968. The entire ashram has gone to Aurobindo to attend its inauguration. The mother reads out a message which is broadcast live to Aurobindo through All India Radio. Greetings from Aurobindo to all men of goodwill are invited to Aurobindo, all those who thirst for progress and aspire to a higher and truer life. The mother reads out the charter. Aurobindo belongs to nobody in particular. Aurobindo belongs to humanity as a whole. But to live in Aurobindo, one must be a willing servitor of the divine consciousness. Aurobindo will be the place of an unending education, of constant progress, and a youth that never ages. Aurobindo wants to be the bridge between the past and the future, taking advantage of all discoveries from without and from within. Aurobindo will boldly spring towards future realizations. Aurobindo will be a site of material and spiritual researches for a living embodiment of an actual human unity. The microphone is switched off. Silence. Prayers and Meditations. The Mother, February 27, 1914. O Lord, I sense the infinite happiness which is the portion of those whose life is entirely consecrated to Thee, and this does not depend upon outer circumstances, but on one's own state of being and its greater or lesser degree of illumination. A perfect consecration to Thy law cannot but bring about modifications in the totality of circumstances. Yet, it is not these which make possible and express this perfect consecration. I mean that it is not under certain circumstances always the same for all that Thy law is manifested. For everyone, this manifestation is different according to his temperament, that is, according to the mission which for the moment is assigned to him in physical life. But what is unchangeable and universal is the happy peace, the luminous and immutable serenity of all those who are solely consecrated to Thee, who no longer have any darkness, ignorance, egoistic attachment, or bad will in them. Oh, may all awake to this divine peace. Savitri, Book 3, The Book of the Divine Mother, Canto 3, The House of the Spirit and the New Creation. Page. The page differs in each edition, so just go on with the edition what you have. And this edition is page 319. A mightier task remained than all he had done. To that he turned from which all being comes, a sign attending from the secrecy which knows the truth ungrasped behind our thoughts, and guards the world with its all-seeing gaze. In the unapproachable stillness of his soul, intense, one-pointed, monumental, lone patient he sat like an incarnate hope, motionless on a pedestal of prayer. We can meditate on these lines just by pausing for a second. A strength is sought that was not yet on earth, help from a power too great for mortal will. The light of a truth now only seen afar, a sanction from his omnipotent source. But from the appalling heights there stooped no voice. The timeless lids were closed, no opening came. A neutral, helpless void oppressed the ears. In the texture of our bound humanity, he felt the stark resistance, huge and dumb, of our inconscient and unseeing base, the stubborn, mute rejection in life's depths, the ignorant know in the origin of things. A veiled collaboration with the night, even in himself survived and hid from his view. Still, sometimes in his earthly being kept its kinship with the inconscient whence it came. A shadowy unity with the vanished past, treasured in an old world frame, was lurking there, secret, unnoted by the illumined mind, and in subconscious whispers and in dream, still murmured at the mind's and spirit's choice. Its treacherous elements spread like slippery grains. Hoping the incoming truth might stumble and fall, and old ideal voices wandering moaned and pleaded for a heavenly leniency to the gracious imperfections of our earth, and the sweet weaknesses of our mortal state. This now he willed to discover and exile, the element in him betraying God. All nature's recondite spaces were stripped bare, all her dim crypts and corners searched with fire, where refugee instincts and unshaped revolts could shelter find in darkness sanctuary against the white purity of heaven's cleansing flame. All seemed to have perished that was undivine. Yet some minutest dissident might escape, and still a center lurk of blind force. For the inconscient, too, is infinite. The more it abysses we insist to sound, the more it stretches endlessly. Then, lest a human cry should spoil the truth, he tore desire up from its bleeding roots and offered to the gods the vacant place. Thus could he bear the touch immaculate. A last and mightiest transformation came. His soul was all in front, like a great sea, flooding the mind and body with its waves. His being, his being spread to embrace the universe, united the within and the without, to make of life a cosmic harmony, an empire of the immanent divine. In this tremendous universality, not only his soul nature and mind sense included every soul and mind in his, but even the life of flesh and nerve was changed and grew one flesh and nerve with all that lives. He felt the joy of others as his joy. He bore the grief of others as his grief. His universal sympathy upbore, immense like ocean, the creation's load, as earth upbears all beings' sacrifice, thrilled with the hidden transcendence, joy and peace. There was no more division's endless scroll. One grew the spirit's secret unity. All nature felt again the single bliss. There was no cleavage between soul and soul. There was no barrier between world and God. Overpowered were form and memory's limiting line. The covering mind was seized and torn apart. It was dissolved and now no more could be. The one consciousness that made the world was seen. All now was luminosity and force. 29th February 1956. First supramental manifestation. During the common meditation on Wednesday, the 29th February 1956. This evening, the Divine Presence, concrete and material, was there present amongst you. I had a form of living gold bigger than the universe, and I was facing a huge and massive golden door which separated the world from the divine. As I looked at the door, I knew and willed in a single moment of consciousness that the time has come, and lifting with both hands a mighty golden hammer, I struck one blow, one single blow on the door, and the door was shattered to pieces. Then the supramental light and force and consciousness rushed down upon earth in an uninterrupted flow. Victory to Dosima. Sri Aurobindo's The Life Divine, page 16. Of its gains before we can summon perceptions and powers that are well grasped and secure to occupy their place. Rather, we shall observe with respect and wonder the work that atheism has done for the divine, and admire the services that agnosticism has rendered in preparing the illimitable increase of knowledge. In our world, error is continually the handmaid and pathfinder of truth, for error is really a half truth that stumbles because of its limitations. Often it is truth that wears a disguise in order to arrive unobserved near to its goal. We can meditate on the lines what we read from Life Divine, Savitri, and special messages of the Mother. So let the lines be concentrated in our heart and in the mind. A prayer for those who wish to serve the divine. Glory to thee, O Lord, O triumph over every obstacle. Grant that nothing in us shall be an obstacle in thy work. Grant that nothing may retard thy manifestation. Grant that thy will may be done in all things and every moment. We stand before thee that thy will may be fulfilled in us, in every element, in every activity of our being, from our supreme heights to the smallest cells of the body. Grant that we may be faithful to thee utterly and forever. We would be completely under thy influence to the exclusion of every other. Grant that we may never forget to own towards thee a deep and intense gratitude. Grant that we may never squander any of the marvelous things that are thy gifts to us at every instant. Grant that everything in us may collaborate in thy work and all be ready for thy realization. Glory to thee, O Lord, Supreme Master of all realization. Give us a faith active and ardent, absolute and unshakable in thy victory. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Lord. I wish those who are watching this global concentration with full of gratitude, let Mother and Sri Aurobindo from Auroville and Pondicherry Ashram bless you with all happiness and joy. Let us practice peace as it is very needed for the hour. Only the people who connect with the divine can send a good vibration. Hence, I request you all use this opportunity to join in for the global cause. As this was done in Auroville, this will be and truly will have an effect. I kindly request each one of you who watch this program, tell your friends who aspire for the goodness for the world or who think in a higher level of consciousness. Practice peace, practice soft and calmness in your being. Let the atmosphere filled with peace. Let there won't be any noise because at present the globe is facing a noise which is not a divine noise. So let there be a peace, peace, peace. Thank you for being with me. Greetings from Auroville. Very happy birthday to Auroville and a very happy golden day to each one of you. Happy, happy, happy to all.